Hello lovely, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany and it has been a while since I have seen you. Hi, I've missed you. I promise I will have a full update video after this, but today let's do our monthly reset together. So I'll be going over my February goals, my February budget, where we spent our money, and then developing our March goals, our March budget, and getting ready for the new month ahead. I'm technically a little late for this. It is March 3rd as I'm recording this, but I don't think you're ever truly late for a reset. Whenever you feel like you need a reset, just reset. That's the beauty of it, is you can reset whenever. It doesn't have to be the beginning of the month, the end of the month, the middle of the month, a Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If you feel like you need to reset, reset. And after the month that I've had, I definitely need a reset. Okay, so looking back at my February goals, this is going to be covered in my catch-up video, but February was a wild month. Again, I will have a full detailed update video after this one, but just to sprinkle a little bit, I got sick. Manny had a birthday, Tristan broke his wrist. So if I reference the hospital stay or anything like that, it is from Tristan breaking his wrist. So looking over my goals, it's going to reflect a crazy month that we had, and not too much routine was in this month just because a lot of unforeseen circumstances happened. Starting with my personal and house goals, follow my morning routine, follow my night routine. Neither of these happened. One, I was sick, and then we were in the hospital, and then after the hospital we were doing the aftercare. So those didn't happen. Develop a cleaning schedule. That didn't happen. We did go grocery shopping every 2 weeks, I think. We did not go out on a date night. However, I did plan Manny's birthday, so I at least got one done on my personal and house goals. Into health and wellness goals, step for at least 30 minutes 4 times a week. This did not happen. Wear a retainer every night. This did not happen. Stand up at 2 p.m. every day. This did not happen. Make a therapy appointment. That did happen. That kind of takes me into today's sponsor, actually. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring today's video. Like I experienced last month, you never know what life is going to throw at you, and I find that having consistent therapy appointments really helps me stay grounded and recenter myself when I'm feeling a little chaotic and out of control. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is there to listen and give you unbiased advice. First, you just go to their website. You can use my link. It's betterhelp.com/Tiffany. You just answer a few questions, and BetterHelp will match you with a professional who has years of experience helping people with struggles just like yours. You can do it all from your phone or your computer, via phone call, video chat, or messaging. However you feel most comfortable. You'll usually be matched with a therapist within 48 hours, so you can get started fast. So let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you all from the comfort of your home. Visit betterhelp.com/Tiffany and enjoy a small discount for your first month. Thank you again, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this portion of today's video. So like I said, therapy for me really keeps me grounded and centered, and something that I am definitely going to keep on a monthly basis. I kind of popped in and out every once in a while for my therapy appointments, but now I've found that I really need to stay regular with them at least once a month. On to financial goals. Track expenses weekly in sheets. I kind of did this. I didn't do it weekly, but I did track all my expenses. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that one as complete. Set up budget. I did set up the budget for February. Stick to budget. No, we cannot check that one off. Don't spend over $50 shopping. No, we cannot check that one off. Don't eat out this month. No, we cannot check that one off. Make all budgeted payments to debts. We can check that one off, gladly. On to career and business goals. Make sure January 1 accounts are correct. Check. Complete all Trudy reviews by February 10th. Check. Both of those are in my 9-to-5 job. Those are things that I have to do within the reinsurance world, and I got both of them done. Research courses in reinsurance. I did do this because I am looking to really grow my knowledge in the reinsurance world. I've kind of figured out this is where I want to be with my 9-to-5, and I want to get as much knowledge on it as I can so I can continue to progress in the industry. Get a pay raise. This has not happened yet. I thought that this was going to happen in February because that's when we typically do our reviews, but they pushed it back to March, so I have to wait another month. And publish at least 1 new video a week. This is for my side business, which is of course YouTube, and I did not do this. Again, watch the update video, get all the info, you'll understand. But 3 out of 5 isn't bad. On to spiritual goals. Make time for morning prayer. We did this the majority of the month, but when things got crazy, things got crazy. So we didn't do that. Thank God for something every day. I didn't do that. Attend 3 small group meetings. I actually had to drop out of my small groups, unfortunately, because of everything that was happening. We missed a lot of it. So I had to drop out of the group meetings, but everything happens for a reason. Again, we're focusing on progress, not perfection. I love this monthly reminder. And then read passage in Bible. I did not read a passage in the Bible. Spiritually, and maybe this goes along with why I have been feeling kind of out of sorts lately, I have not been connected, and I can feel it. Like, I can just feel it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how else to describe it other than when I'm not spiritually connected, I can feel it. I feel like it hits me in every part of my life. So definitely going to be working on grounding myself more with God and my relationship with God, and really digging into that more, because I feel like February was crazy. Let's go ahead and set up my March goals. Obviously, there is a lot that didn't get done this month, just given the circumstances, hence why we are reflecting and resetting, because March, I would really love to be able to do the goals that I set my mind to. So this whole thing, I am going to copy right on over to March so that we can have these. Health and wellness, we're gonna keep these. And I am keeping the therapy appointment on here. Like I said, I think it's going to be important for my health, my mental health, to go ahead and just keep those regular therapy appointments. And then financial goals, let's see. Again, I really did give myself grace with February, because there was just so much that had to happen in the month of February. Don't spend over $50 in shopping, stick to budget, don't eat out this month. I know that these are the ones that I didn't complete this month, and so I technically have been rolling them over to the next month, but with Tristan's recovery and just kind of the schedule and everything that we're dealing with right now, I am giving myself so much grace, which is why I've been off YouTube for the last 2 weeks, because I've just been really just giving myself grace and just kind of living through the situation that we're in right now. And so I don't want to put like a don't eat out this month or a don't spend over $50 shopping, because right now the circumstances are like, well, what if he needs something specific for his injury? What if we need something specific to make this situation better? I'm not gonna not get it for him if it's gonna help him, you know what I mean? So I feel like these 3 specifically, stick to budget. Obviously we can move that because we'll create a budget that helps, you know, cater to what's going on right now. But don't spend $50 in shopping. I don't think I'm gonna bring over, and don't eat out this month. I don't think I'm gonna bring over. I think I'm going to leave that here and move the rest of these, because I do want to set up the budget, which we're gonna do. I do want to make all budgeted payments to debts, so I'll move those over. All right, so into career and business goals. So I researched the courses in reinsurance. I think next month I might want to enroll in courses in reinsurance. Yeah, I think I want to enroll in them. They're kind of self-paced, which I love, and my company will pay for it. So I think I might enroll in some courses this month if I can get things a little bit more calm, get myself back on a pretty good schedule, get a pay raise, and publish at least 1 new video a week. We are supposed to have my review in March, so maybe a pay raise. I mean, I can't control this, but it is a goal of mine to get a pay raise, so I'm gonna bring it over and then publish at least 1 new video a week. That is definitely still the goal. That is my goal for YouTube. I really love this. I call it my passion hobby, because I really, really love it. Like, I've started it, I feel like forever ago, but I think it was 4 years ago, and I really had no idea what I was doing. I think I've kind of worked out what I want my channel to focus on and be about, and so I just feel so passionate about it. And so I definitely want to keep doing it. So I'm sorry that I've been gone for the last 2 weeks. I really needed to just give myself grace and just kind of live in what was happening. So I hope you understand. But I think that's good for my career and business goals. Let's see, spiritual goals. These are pretty good spiritual goals, other than the attend 3 small group meetings, because again, I left the small groups. So I don't think I'm gonna stress myself to try to read a passage, but I am going to define it as read scripture. That way it's not like the whole chapter. It's just gonna be read from the Bible, read a scripture from the Bible. Because it is a goal of mine, an annual goal, to read the entire Bible, but will that happen in a year? I don't know. The other things that I wanted to do, maybe in health and wellness, is kind of goes along with making the therapy appointment, is practicing the 5-4-3-2-1 method. This is something that my therapist has talked about with me. It's just a method to help you like ground yourself whenever you're feeling kind of all over the place, which my mind tends to do sometimes. So that is going to be one of my wellness goals. I'm just looking over to see if there are any other things that I want to do. I think I'm going to leave it like this for now. I feel like these are a good start to the goals. Last month I was like, oh, if I have anything to add, I'll just add it mid-month. Well, the month got crazy, things got away from me, I didn't add anything. But this month, if anything comes to me or if I want to add anything, I'll just pop it in here. But looking back at February, I achieved 32% of my goals. I had set 25 and only achieved 8 of them. But again, I had to give myself so much grace this month. I am proud to say that 37.5% of my completion rate is from my financial goals, so that's awesome. The other 37.5% was my career and business, so that's good. 12.5 for my health and wellness goals, and then 12.5 for my personal and house goals. So obviously not where I want to be with my goals. I definitely want to be at the 50% mark or higher, but again, given everything that happened this month, I am just going to give myself grace on this one and reset for the next month. Now onto my favorite part, which is my monthly budget. So first we're gonna look at February and see exactly where our money went and how it all panned out. So we have the budget here of a spending overview. 42% was on bills, 3% was on subscriptions, 30% was on expenses, 0.3% on savings. Oh, that tears my heart up. But 23.6% on debt. So that makes me a little bit happier making that big of a dent with debt, but the expenses. You can see the bills, what actually ended up having to come out. We budgeted for 2,924 of the bills and 3,766 came out with a difference of 842.23, more than we had budgeted for. Subscriptions, there was $4.45 more than we had budgeted for. This one is the bad one. The expenses. I budgeted for $590 of our expenses. We ended up spending $2,697.07 with an overage of $2,107.07. And then savings, I didn't budget anything for savings. I think what I did was I took that $100 or whatever it was, and then I moved it into a different budget because I saw that we were going to go over it, but we ended up still saving $24.24. In the debt, we budgeted for $1,778 and ended up spending $2,097.81 in debt, which is $319.81 more than I had budgeted for. But again, this is debt payment, so I'm not mad about that. If we go over the expenses that we had, just to kind of break down what went where and why. Fun money, we did absolutely nothing. No fun money was spent. Dining out, I gave us a $50 budget. We ended up spending $353.97 with a difference of $303.97. Shopping, I budgeted $100, but ended up spending $730.34 with a difference of $630.34. There are $26.46 of other. The health and medical, I budgeted $50, and this ended up being $610.86 with a difference of $568.86. Part of this is one appointment for me. I'll go into more of that detail. If you're interested, please watch the follow-up video for the full update. So $618 ended up being what we spent. Groceries, I budget nothing. Again, we have a separate account for groceries, so anything out of this account is a overage. We ended up spending $156.51 out of this account. Pets, we didn't spend anything. Personal care, we didn't spend anything. For Tristan, I budgeted $10. This is typically the budget that I use for like if he eats school lunch lunches and things like that. But he did end up having $87.25. I didn't budget anything for the car. The car budget is like oil changes or car washes, new tires, things like that. But I did end up spending $40 on a car wash. Toll roads, I don't budget anything, which is a mistake. I need to start incorporating toll roads and tolls into the budget, and we ended up spending $50 with that. Gas, I gave us a $100 budget and spent $26, but this is wrong because there are some that haven't come out of the account yet. So I think this budget is going to be closer to probably like $150. So I'm only like roughly $50 off on this budget, which feels really, really good because that means I'm learning where my money is going and I'm accommodating for it. Household, we didn't spend anything, which means that the grocery budget that we have for the other account took the household items. Books, I didn't budget for anything, but we did end up spending $48.39. Tristan has a couple of book reports due, so at the beginning of the month we went ahead and grabbed some books for that, and I think I grabbed a couple new books. I know one new book that came out. It's the second book of How Does It Feel? It's What Did You Do? I just started reading it and so far I'm really, really liking it. It is another kind of version of like fairies and fae. If you're into fantasy, I am 100% a fantasy girly. You might find it interesting. I can keep you up to date with how I'm liking it, but so far I really like it. Social celebrations. This ended up going into the shopping budget. I feel like this one is going to be more like if we go out, but I might actually take this expense off in general because I feel like social is fun money and celebration can be like if we go out to eat, it can be dining out. I don't know. This one I created specifically because I knew we were having a birthday party this month and I wanted to maybe use it for that and like set aside some money for that purpose. But I ended up putting everything in shopping, like the decorations, the gifts, things like that. So I don't really know if social/celebrations is going to be a used expense. Fees, I don't budget anything for fees, but we got hit with $241.46 in fees. And then donations and tithing, we had $41.50. I don't have a budget for that, but I need to create one. And then down here, I budget for my mic, my camera, the scooter, and the monitor that I purchased through Amazon. These don't cost anymore. It just spreads the payments out a little bit so you don't pay everything up in one lump sum. I budget $50 for the mic, spent $47.40 with a difference of $2.60. I budget $140 for the camera, spent $139.60 with a difference of 40 cents. I budget $50 for the scooter, spent $49.33 and with a difference of 67 cents. And then for the monitor, I budget $40, it is $40, no difference. So again, the difference of $590 is what I budgeted for, and what we ended up spending is $2,697.07. So I definitely need to adjust. I know that our dining out budget and our health budget, medical health budget, is probably not going to be as big next month, but I still need to be aware that that is kind of where my money seems to be going. Let's go ahead and set up March. So all of the bills that we have to pay that are just our normal bills, I went ahead and plugged those in because they're just our every month bills and I know they're coming. I might need to adjust some for the coming month because like our ADT, it went from $54 to $59.99. This is just the power of inflation. So I just need to fix a few of these. All right, on to the expenses. So for fun money, I would like to go on a date. I'm gonna just throw 40 bucks in here, and that is just for like fun money. I don't know what it's gonna be for, but we'll see. $100? No, I don't wanna do that. Let's eat out one time. $50 will give us one time to eat out at a Chick-fil-A fast food, like not like a nice sit down dinner, but oh, and you know what? I'm already blowing that because we took Tristan out for dinner for his birthday. Okay, then we will do $170 just to stay in budget, and that will help me shape what else I can budget for. But shopping, let's do 40. That's not gonna be realistic. Let's do 100. Healthcare and medical expenses. We have some follow-up visits and some doctors, some prescriptions. So maybe we'll do another 100 in here just to try to get all of that. Groceries, I don't account for in here. Pets, I don't account for. Personal care, I don't plan on getting my hair cut anytime soon. I don't think Tristan does. If he goes back to school, he's not been in school because of his arm and the medication he's been on. But when he goes back to school, I don't see him eating lunches. I'm not gonna get any kind of car stuff done. Okay, this is where I need to be realistic. It's $50 last month, so let's go ahead and plan for $50 this month. We ended up having to use the tolls a lot last month, might be why it was a little bit more, but I'm gonna go ahead and put 50 to kind of give us a little bit of a buffer and see if that is enough. Okay, household, we usually put in the other budget, so I'm not gonna put anything. Books, I just bought my last book, so I intend to just read this one for a while. And then the last would be tithing. So I will make a budget of $80 a month for tithing. So we'll set it up for that. And that gives me about 50 bucks left, like play money, but that is a zero budget pretty much. You know what? We'll put 50 bucks in fees, or should I put 50? I'm gonna put 150 in medical, just in case, because right now, we've got a lot scheduled for Tristan's follow-ups. With that, I think that is going to be where I end this video today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below if you have used any of these trackers or budgets in your life. I'd be really interested to know your kind of like planning method. I'm always looking for tips and tricks. I personally love both of these spreadsheets, and they will both be linked down below along with the BetterHelp link. So again, thank you BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, and thank you so much again for watching. I love you so much, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.